Create your own line journal in Canva, and then you'll be ready to publish that book with Kindle Direct Publishing and have it for sale on Amazon. Hi, I'm Julie and welcome to our channel, Fun Affiliate Family. I want to make sure you don't miss any videos in our new series. You did that in Canva, so I want to make sure you subscribe to our channel and be sure to stay to the end of this video, and I'm going to tell you how you can get Canva Pro for free. Let's go. Here we are in Canva, and you're going to create interior pages for your book. Now today we're just going to start off with something simple like a lined journal. So let's say you're going to make a 6x9, and if you don't need a bleed, then you just enter create a design 6x9. If you do need a bleed, meaning you're creating something where you want an image to go off the page, like maybe a children's book illustration or things like that, you will need a different size for that, but all of these sizes can be found in the self-publishing guide, and you can get a copy of that inside of this video description. So for now, we're just going to do an interior with no bleed for a 6x9. So you will come in and create custom size. The width is 6. Well, sorry, this is the problem. Change it to inches first, because otherwise you're going to have to change it all again. Good tip, Julie. Remember that. Inches first, width 6, height 9. Create new design. And here you are with that blank canvas for your 6x9 book. Now this is going to be the interior, and we're just going to do lines. So for now, you're just going to press the L key on your keyboard, and it will create a line for you. Now the line will, I'm also going to turn on some markers to help us out. So over here with File, you're going to click on Show Margins. And that's really the only one you need, because you don't want to go beyond these margins. If you need to zoom in a little bit, you can. All right, so we have our line. Now we're going to click up here, and I bring the weight all the way down because you don't want the lines too thick for a journal. If you're making something else, you can do them however you want. All right, so this is my first line. So now I'm going to hit Control C, Control V, and that will copy and paste it. So now I'm going to hit Control V a couple more times. All right, and it gives me a good many lines there, and they're all out of whack, but they're all the same length and they're all the same width or the same weight. So what I'm going to do is click down here and click and pull up, and it selects all of them. You can come over here to Position, scroll down to this Tidy Up. Tidy Up is amazing, and it puts them all kind of in the same little group. Now, they're still individual lines, so we need to group them together. So again, I click, drag down, highlight all of them, let go, and then you're going to click on Group. And now they're all together, and I can move them around. All right, now if for some reason you don't like that spacing, you can change your spacing however you want it to be. If you want it to be more more spacing between each line, maybe, thicker lines, you can certainly do that. But for now, we're going to do this, and I'm going to click on my group, and I'm going to Control C, and I'm going to click off and Control V. And it has copied the whole group. So I'm just going to bring that one down to the very bottom. All right, and then I'm going to do Control V again. I have another group. I'm going to bring that one up to the very top. Maybe I'll bring this one down a little bit. And I'm not sure if we have enough room for another group, or we're going to put it in there and see. All right, now you see some of these are overlapping a little bit, and that doesn't look great. So what I'm going to do is come up here, click on one, the first box, and hit Ungroup. And now all of these are individual lines. All right, so I should be able to click on one and delete it. Click on another and delete it. And what I'm doing is I'm making space so that I can move those up a little bit. So maybe I had too many in my section. Probably if you did like 5 or so, that would be good. I was just having so much fun hitting that L button. All right, so I'm moving these around. I'm going to delete maybe a few more. All right, now remember that one group is ungrouped, but this part is together, it should be. So I'm going to move it all the way up and see what we got. All right, now I'm going to group this part back because it's just easier to move things around when they're grouped together. Canva usually helps a little bit with the spacing, but we can fix that in a minute. All right, so there we go. Now we have a little space there. But what I'm going to do is take this little group, copy and paste it to kind of fill in that little gap. All right, move this down a little bit. Okay, now this is where I see an extra one right there maybe. So I'm going to move that back up. This is where you're really just playing a game of eyeballing it and seeing what looks right. All right, remember that tidy up button? I'm going to go in and ungroup all of these that are still grouped together because it won't really work great if they're all grouped together. So I'm going to make sure everything's ungrouped. All right, so you're going to have to try to get all of this in one little area where you can see all of it. And you remember the click and drag. So I'm going to click and then highlight all those lines. And then I'm going to position, tidy up. All right, and the intent is that it puts them all equally spaced apart. Now, if you feel your spaces, you feel this is too close together, you can definitely move things around, okay? All right, so there is your first page of your lined journal. Now, do you want 100 pages? Because all you have to do is just duplicate page like that, all the way to however many you want. Now, I'm going to go back up here and I'm going to add a page. And it always does it after. So if you want it to be the first page, you just hit this little arrow and moves it up. All right, so here I'm just going to do like a little title page, my journal. It could be my gratitude journal, my blessing journal, however you want it to be. And then I'll just pick a font over here and you'll just kind of center it. Remember, you can always come up here to position to make sure it's in the center. Usually when you press up for that text box, it just puts it right there anyway. So if you want it in the middle of the page, the top of the page, you can do all that. All right, so if you want an easy way to make a text box, you see I just pressed the T on my keyboard. You couldn't see it, but that's what I did. So you can always just press a T, like I pressed the L for line, T for text, okay? I always just go over here and pick the one I want. And so now we get to delete these text boxes. Hopefully I can do that and not make a mess. Okay, so we have our My Journal. If you want a line here, you just put a line and make it however you want, right? If you want the line underneath like your name, where people can write their name or the date or whatever you want on this cover page. And then you will go back and just duplicate all of these pages. Now, if you want to add something special like the elements, you can do that. Now, remember, all of these are individual lines, so that could get a little tricky. So if you want to go back in and before you duplicate, click on and try to group them all together. That'll make it a little bit easier. And you can even go on your group, like when you click off, click on there, you can hit this lock button and it's supposed to lock this line so they're not going to move around. Looks like it did it. So all this is locked. So therefore, if you go over here and you want to put, what do I want to do? Flowers. And maybe you want to put some flowers on your page, you can do that without worrying about moving a line around because these lines will move. So that's just something you'll have to, play around with. And this is where you get to be creative and pick whatever you want. You might want to have one flower on that page. You may want a different flower on this page, and that is something you can definitely do. Now you see the lines are still behind them. That's nothing you can change unless you really want to get technical and go in and make all of these lines shorter. You can do that as well. Whatever you want to do, it's your book. And then once you're done and you have your 100 pages, Canva used to only go to 100. I haven't tested it, but I heard a rumor that it now goes beyond 100 pages. So you could definitely test that out. But once you're done with that and you have your journal the way you want it, you're going to go to the share and click and scroll down a little bit to the download button. And if this is something you're making for Kindle Direct Publishing, it has to be a PDF for print to upload to Kindle Direct Publishing. It just embeds puts everything together, like you have images and different things together. It's going to make it right with Kindle Direct Publishing when you get it printed. So PDF for print, and just download it and download here and save it so that you'll know how to upload it when you're ready to make your book with Kindle Direct Publishing. Thanks for watching. I hope you learned something new. And if you did, be sure to give me a thumbs up. Now, if there's something else you'd like to learn about with Canva's features, be sure to leave me a comment and I'll make a video about it. Now, you want to get Canva Pro for free for 30 days, right? All you have to do is click the link in this video description and you will have access to Canva Pro for free for 30 days. All right, that's it. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye.